Kite Man. Hell yeah. Episode 1 and 2 review, as well as a little bit of feedback on DC's Suicide Squad Isekai, all coming in this video. Let's talk about it. All right, guys, Bertie back with your friends. Cover all things Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, anime, gaming, Star Wars, and more. And my apologies, I'm a little bit more dressed up than usual. Just finished the old work job. But look, this TV show, Kite Man, honestly seems to have a lot of the good grounded elements that made Harley Quinn great when it first came out. And I know a lot of people are like, yeah, Harley Quinn's still really, really good. For me personally, you've seen my honest review of it, and honestly, our most watched video of all time is Harley Quinn's, Valentine's Day episode. And look, while the show has had its ups, it's definitely had its downs. I'd say the last two seasons of Harley Quinn have been semi-abysmal in this, for me at least, in the sense that it's not grounded, it's not well rounded, it's literally just you're going for the elements that make the boys great without any of the substance behind it for us to make sure it's like worth initially watching. I understand it's a parody cartoon, it's supposed to take place in a super well grounded universe because look, DC is gods above all. That's just kind of how they run and operate their show, and more power to them for doing so. But at the same time, you need to have some level of grounding and some level of story to make things really play out and pan out in a way that really appeals to the viewer. And I think DC Suicide Squad Isekai is having the same issue. It's too grand what they attempted to bite off. And honestly, the character development is rather bland and things aren't really paying off all that great. That being said, I also have the full season review for the DC Suicide Squad Isekai once that finally wraps on up, just with how busy the schedule and calendar is currently. Don't really have time to dedicate to something that isn't necessarily going to pay off. Unlike Kite Man, which at this moment in time, I truly believe should be getting more attention. DC, please advertise more. I'm begging you. I understand it's the digital age and there's so many different things to go and get on out there, but whoever's running your advertising department, please fix it. You have so much content that you're currently working on, like Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2 literally dropped quietly with minimal feedback and minimal review from so many people because most people don't even know that it has happened. The Suicide Squad Isekai, unless you were literally plugged in, you would have missed it. More people were just talking about it because it was more of a fascination of the sense that Japan decided to take its time, make something for a entity that is an American comic and make their own spin and variation on it. I think some of the artwork is nice, but at the same time, I don't think the story is that great. I don't know if it's more of a I'm not really a natural essay guy kind of guy, but it doesn't really do a lot of things for me. But Kite Man is grounded. The jokes are there. The character development is fantastic. A lot of the stuff we've seen early on seems like they're going to take some of the best elements that made Harley Quinn work and keep it at least level. Harley Quinn, at a certain point in time, became this insane love story where we're going to go for more smut than anything. We're going for the big shock value that is Harley's relationship with Poison Ivy. And sure, it's a great relationship. It's significantly more wholesome than anything we could have portrayed her and Joker as. It's a great change. I'm happy that part exists, but it's been overplayed. It's been done out. It has literally been turned into the soap opera of crazy, gratuitous, and over the top moments in time where it really doesn't necessarily need to go. Originally, the story had a really good group of characters, and the group of characters were entertaining. Their personalities played off each other great. Some of the jokes that they had in season one are jokes that I'll still quote around the house because the moment in season one where Batman finally gets, his secret identity brought out for all to see was something that Joker never necessarily wanted. And then the moment that it happens, he's like, "Where's my electric car, Bruce? I put a down payment on it. You said it'd be here. Where is it?" It was something that was fantastic to see. And it was something that honestly is crazy to think that the Joker would hold a billionaire to his verbal statement, even though the Joker is known for messing around with literally everybody except for the IRS and any group that even has any influence or narration that they could be perceived as racist, as we saw when he teamed up with Red Skull in Marvel and was just like, once he found out who Red Skull's real affiliation was and his real motivations, he was like, no, this is not only being disbanded, but I'm going to violently end this because I'm the Joker. I'm crazy and I'm an anarchist, but we don't support this. And Kite Man, while taking a lot of the good influence that happened with Harley Quinn, I anticipate we're going to have a lot of great storytelling and a lot of great world building to build upon. It's a parody, it's a comedy, it's supposed to be lighthearted, but at the same time, you still need to be able to drive home at least some kind of concurrent point that the viewers can actually go home and write about and have that good, honest dialogue that we as a viewer want to be able to have. So, with that being said, we'll have it covered on live streams. We'll be doing our usual watch party format starting Wednesday nights at midnight. We just didn't have the premiere for it because it happened to overlap with when the Boys finale was. And to be honest, the Boys is kind of a bigger draw. And we had a fantastic time covering that, thanks to you, the viewer. Also, while we're on the topic of DC, Crisis on Infinite Earths will be covered at some moment in time. I understand it's going to be 3 parts. You can pay to see the third part already, but look, if you're already dropping on a streaming service for free, I'm just going to go ahead and wait for the third part to finally drop, then have it full on review for it, because I'm not only going to pay for your streaming services, but then on top of that, have to pay to watch movies on top of it, because why in the world would I do that? It doesn't sound like a reasonable plan. It doesn't seem like a good format. As far as DC Suicide Squad is that guy, we'll have that full review of it once it's finally completed in its entirety, so we can have our full thoughts, feelings, and everything else articulated. Because right now the story looks like it's about to jazz itself on up, make itself a little bit more exciting for us, the viewer. But I don't really anticipate it taking it such a great turn that it really demands the utmost of our attention and at the same time give us that real wow factor that we're expecting. That being said, that's all I really have. Kite Man, really, really exciting elements. Really excited to see, honestly, where it goes. We'll have more coverage on it as it continues to drop. Be sure to hit that lovely red subscribe button, the logo in the bottom right corner, or the red subscription box below. Remember, we still have the 1,000 subscriber giveaway currently ongoing. More details to follow in the next coming days. The next time you will be seeing us will be to cover Kite Man, and then on top of that, we'll be following it up with My Hero Academia, and then our full recap on Deadpool and Wolverine, which we're really excited to see. Going to be seeing it over the weekend. We'll have our thoughts, our feelings, all that exciting format for you, the viewer, dropping then. And then Sunday, you will be seeing us for House of the Dragons, episode 7, nearing the finale on that one. It's been great thus far. We'll see you then.